You know that relationship timeline, right? The one that says you meet, you move in, you get married, all on a schedule. But what if that whole race to the finish line is actually, well, hurting the relationship itself? Today, we're going to explore a totally different path. One that isn't about growing fast, but about growing together.
Love isn't a race, it's a journey. This one idea just completely flips the script on everything we're told about love having some kind of finish line. This is going to be our guiding principle for today, looking at a relationship as a shared path you walk, not some kind of competitive sprint.
So let's talk about that pressure. Where does it even come from? We're calling this first section the relationship finish line, because honestly, for so many people, that's exactly what it feels like, a constant race to some imaginary endpoint.
I bet this checklist looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? Society basically hands us this script from day one. You gotta hit certain timelines, move in by this age, get married by that one. It all fuels that one dreaded question. So, where's this going? As if every single relationship is supposed to follow the exact same map on the exact same schedule. It's kind of crazy when you think about it.
But here's the problem. Focusing on speed creates a really serious issue. When you rush the foundation of a relationship, it ends up being incredibly fragile. Just imagine a tree for a second. If it shoots up too quickly without growing deep roots, what happens? The very first strong wind is going to knock it right over.
And the risks here are huge. First off, you might not realize that your core values are completely misaligned until you're already way too deep into things. Then there's the emotional burnout. I mean, it's exhausting trying to constantly keep up with everyone else's expectations. And finally, the commitment itself is just fragile. It's built on speed, not real substance, so it hasn't actually been tested by life yet. It's brittle. So this brings us to a really crucial question, one that's worth pausing on for a sec. Take a look at your own relationship. Are you building for speed, just trying to hit that next milestone? Or are you building for strength, creating something that can actually withstand the storms that life will inevitably throw at you? Because the answer to that question changes absolutely everything.
Okay, so if racing to the finish is the problem, what's the solution? Well, this next section is all about the powerful alternative, the idea of growing together. It's a huge mindset shift, moving away from just checking off milestones and instead learning to really appreciate the journey itself.
So what do we even mean by shared growth? Well, think of it as a partnership that's built on two things: shared experiences and total mutual support. And maybe most importantly, it's about evolving side by side. Your personal growth doesn't become a threat to the relationship. It actually makes it richer. You're a team, not competitors trying to outgrow each other.
So how do you actually do this? How do you cultivate it? Let's go back to our tree metaphor. Those strong, intertwined roots, the kind that can weather any storm, are built on three main pillars. You've got to create shared memories, you need to be each other's biggest cheerleader, and you have to make space for both of you to change and grow as individuals within the partnership. Now, this all sounds really great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in practice, day to day? In this section, we're going to move from the what to the how and give you some really clear signs to look for in your own relationship.
All right, these are the big green flags. First, you are genuinely, truly happy for each other's individual wins. When they get that promotion or crush a personal goal, there's zero jealousy, only pride. Second, when life throws you a curveball, a job loss, a family illness, you face it together. You adapt as a single unit. And maybe the most important one, you feel completely safe to change, to pick up a new hobby, switch careers, or even explore new beliefs, because you know your partner supports the person you're becoming.
The difference is just so stark when you see it laid out like this. On one side, couples grow apart when they're chasing separate goals without talking, when they're scared of personal change, and when they don't have any shared rituals. But couples who grow together, they're constantly communicating about their goals. They actively support each other's development, and they create those small but super meaningful traditions that bond them. Like Sunday morning coffee runs or that annual camping trip they always take.
So we've covered the how. Let's wrap this all up with the why. Why should you choose this slower, more intentional path? Because the rewards of taking a shared journey like this are just so profound. And patience really, really does pay off in the long run.
And the payoff is absolutely immense. This isn't just about avoiding a breakup. It's about building something truly incredible. You get a deeper, more authentic kind of intimacy. You build this amazing resilience because you've weathered storms together as a team. And ultimately,
You find this enduring, long-term fulfillment that a rushed, checklist-based relationship could just never, ever offer. I love this way of thinking about it. Your relationship as a garden. You just can't rush a garden, right? It needs patience, it needs care, and it needs consistent effort. But if you actually put in the work and tend to it, the harvest, the beauty and nourishment you get from it is so worth the wait.
So let's just end on this one final thought. The goal isn't to get to some destination the fastest. The real goal is the walk itself, the shared path, the conversations you have along the way, and the incredible strength you build with every single step you take together.